Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uchenna. This video I want to talk about the 10 signs of the divine feminine. Now, when I talk about the divine feminine, I'm not talking about the woman. Yes, the woman embodies everything about the divine feminine, but the male species um, also embodies, half of the feminine nature, and we all have it in us. And so the world is basically divided into two. There's the masculine energy and there's the feminine energy. And there's some characteristics that have been associated with the feminine energy, whether true or not. Things like love, caring, emotions, and etc., intuition, and the rest of them. They have been tagged as feminine characteristics. So I just want to explain my own 10 qualities, 10 characteristics, 10 signs, of the divine feminine. Now, who is the divine feminine? So the first and foremost, the most important thing to know about the divine feminine is her ability to procreate, to bring into existence. So the first thing I'm going to mention here is creativity. The divine feminine is imbued with the characteristic of creativity. Now, all through nature, most when I say most, I mean like 90% and above, the female species is responsible for procreation, for transmutation. You put a seed in the form of a sperm into a female, and the system of the female naturally has a way of transforming that seed into a pure, full living being and bringing them out, the power of procreation. So creativity, if you look in nature, you see creativity there. And most of the creativity, that's why we call it Mother Earth. So the divine feminine is in charge of creativity. The hard sciences doesn't really deal with ideation, with creation as such, and ideation. Like they're abstract, that they are too abstract. You cannot hold them because they come from intuition. So that's how it is. Then the second one, because I don't want to go too deep into any of them, but just know that creativity is about bringing something into existence, bringing a thought into existence, bringing an idea that we don't even know where it comes from, into existence. You need to tap into your divine feminine nature to be able to bring out, to be able to create these ideas and solutions. The second one I want to talk about is the power of protection, the gift of being a warrior and protecting. That's what the female energy does. Protects that they protect their child with all their might and all their strength. We can see it across some of the species again. That's another fundamental characteristic of the divine feminine, and they are warriors. Now, what the divine feminine for me, is an awakened. It can be an awakened woman, or it can be an awakened man too, who is aware and very in tune with their feminine nature. The third, I talk even inside what I'm talking about. The third one I'm talking about, they have a deep sense of their emotions, so they're in touch with all their emotions. Nobody has the female species, for us humans, have a lot of hormones. They go through more hormonal imbalances, than men. They have the biological clock, of course, has to do with number one again. So they feel a lot of emotions through life. They go through a lot of pain, which we do not see. Yes, we have. They have their. I don't want to call it menstrual pains, which men do not have. We really don't see as much pain as our female counterparts, feel throughout life. So there's something there about them. They have that deep sense of emotion. They can feel things. They are meant to feel things if they are not numbed down. I'm talking about women now. So forgive me because I'm going to be running from, purely women to men that can also do these things too. Because most men are not raised to do that. We're not raised to feel those emotions. We're not expected to be crying. Like, it's strange to see a man crying in public. It's more associated. If you hear the word cry or crying, it's more associated with female than male. And that's just the way it is. Doesn't mean we don't feel like crying. Doesn't mean, that things don't happen that pain us. But women are more in touch with their emotions always, and through the emotions, that's where the intuition, that's where the creativity, that's where the love, that's where the caring, everything runs through the emotions. And if you're in touch with those emotions, you're divine. Number four, I wrote down here. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong. The divine feminine is someone that can engage you, in deep conversations, in truthful conversations about themselves. Not, about themselves. Maybe not into details, but about what they felt in life. I'm talking about the awakened person, the awakened woman. It takes time to get awakened. A lot of women too are trapped in the three-dimensional world. They are trapped in the physical matrix, in the physical senses. They are trapped in the material world. They're indoctrinated. They don't know their power. They don't know what they can achieve. They don't understand their body. They don't know what they can do with their body and their sexuality and their mind and their pain and their wisdom. They don't understand how to use it, so they just move around, and that's how majority of the people are. Not just women, also men. So if you meet an awakened one, um, they know how to converse deeply, because they live in the deep. Then number five, the divine feminine understands how to play different roles, because they have to play different roles, multiple roles most of the times. Um, they're nurturers, they're carers, they build homes. These are traditional roles I'm calling now. But yeah, we take different roles everywhere we go. In school, in the workplace, at home, with family, with this, with that. Everywhere requires a role. So if you're in touch with your divine nature, then you'll understand how to play those roles very well. You will know what what masks to wear, when needed and when necessary. Then number six, they have an energy of beingness, energy of loving, a caring energy, an energy of warmth. Um, that's what they bring to the table. Most people can relate. If you ask the difference between your father and your mother, most majority of people, maybe not all, some people are lucky, but in true reality, majority, most of the times, the mother is the nurturer, and the mother is the one that people really love the most, because not just the breast milk, because we lived in them for 9 months, and They never let us go. Doesn't matter what. Then number 7, the divine feminine possesses an energy of attraction. Um, they can attract people either physically or, more importantly, spiritually. They can use their emotions. People go to them for prayers. People, I mean, most of the goddesses, the goddess. If you read through history and through different traditions, the female gods, the goddesses, were really powerful. And I don't want to go into any of that because I don't have the time today. But just know that you have the energy of attraction, the power, the law of attraction um, lies principally in your divine feminine nature, because it takes a lot of intuition. It takes a lot of all those invisible characteristics to be able to attract magic into your life. Number 8 is intuition. I don't want to talk about intuition again because I'm tired of talking about intuition. I've mentioned intuition so many times in most of my videos. Um, Intuition is hard to capture. It's also recognized as one of the most powerful feminine characteristics. Um, it's in all of us, and I will not go into it because I have some videos on it. Then number 9, they honor their emotions. Not sure if I've mentioned this before, but okay. Yeah, I mentioned something about having a deep sense of emotions. Now, honoring the emotions means listening to your inner wisdom, following the voice of your soul. These are feminine characteristics. The male characteristics, as we know, have more to do with structure. Going out, fighting to get things done, comparison, competition, etc., etc. But the female energy has to do with honoring emotions, using those emotions to create magic, to create abundance, using those emotions to attract, to trigger the law of attraction. Then number 10 is that the divine feminine understands the wisdom of pain. And inside the divine feminine lies all the wisdom that pain has to offer. And pain has been the greatest teacher of most, if not all, spiritual teachers. You can think of all of them, all the ones you know from history. They've all gone through very intense pain, because pain is the mother of all wisdom. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.